Hello Stampin' friends, it's Ayana Johnston here with another check this out video tutorial to show you. Today I want to show you how I made this Bloomin' Hearts Love You card. You can get the supply list for this card on my blog at www.checkthisout.stampinup.net. Be sure to stop by my blog for some more great ideas and another great customer order special. Okay, so let's get started making this card. To make this card, you're going to need two stamp sets. You're going to need the Timeless Texture stamp set, and we're going to be using this circular design right over here. Then you're also going to need the Bloomin' Love stamp set. We're going to use the banner here and the Love You, and we're also going to be using the coordinating Bloomin' Heart Thinlits to go with this as well. For stamp sets, you're going to need Perfect Plum and Lost Lagoon. And for cardstock, you're going to need a sheet of Perfect Plum, cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored in 4 1/4. Then you're going to need a piece of Very Vanilla, cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Then you're going to need a sheet of the beautiful Going Places Designer Series paper. Love this stack. I would get it. I'm probably going to get two because I love it that much. But this sheet of paper, you're also going to need a sheet of Perfect Plum, and they're going to be cut at the same size. And these two sheets of paper, you're going to want to cut it 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 inches. Then you're going to need a sheet of glimmer paper, and you're going to want to cut the glimmer paper at 4 1/16 inches by 5 5/16 inches. Then you're going to need a piece of scrap Very Vanilla to cut out your petals and to do your sentiment on. So first what I did is I cut out my petals using my itty bitty punch, and you need 10 of these petals. So I pre-cut them, and then I inked around the edges of all my petals using the Perfect Plum stamp set. So then I put my petals aside, and then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my Bloomin' Heart framelit, and I'm going to place it in the center of my purple sheet of paper, my Perfect Plum, and then my Going Places right in the center. And I'm going to run these through my Big Shot, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I've cut out all my pieces, and I just want to mention I use the precision plate to run this through my Big Shot, and when I have the regular cardstock, I run it through a couple times, and that helps get all the little pieces out. The thinner pieces of paper, like the Going Places, this came out no problem just running through one time. Okay, so next I want to go ahead and take my glimmer paper, and I want to take my scrap piece of Very Vanilla. I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and then I'm going to sponge around my glimmer paper with the Perfect Plum. So let me grab my Perfect Plum. Then I'm going to take my Lost Lagoon and use the banner and stamp the banner on here. And then I'm going to stamp my Love You in the Perfect Plum. And then I'm going to cut it out with my paper snips. And now I can put almost all my pieces together. One thing I want to do is take my purple piece of paper and I want to just use my Stampin' trimmer and cut that right down the middle. And then I want to do the same with my purple heart. And then I have to do the same with my green going places heart. So what I do is I overlap them and then I just cut them right down the middle. And then I just get rid of the two pieces that I'm not going to use. And now I'm going to adhere my pieces. What I'm going to do is I use mono-tembo glue to adhere this down, and I do the same with my heart pieces so it adheres to the glimmer paper. And then what I also do is I use some paper towel when I'm going ahead and putting mono-tembo glue on here, so that way I don't get any of the excess glue on my glimmer paper or my other sheets of paper. Now one thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stamp your image with the timeless textured before you put down the purple. I'm going to do it after. It's a lot easier so that way you don't get it over on the glimmer paper. But I didn't remember to do that piece before, so I'm going to just do it after, which is perfectly fine too. It's just random placement of the timeless textured on the purple. Next, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my card base. I need to flip my pieces around because if you see my purple colors, I need to take the other pieces that I cut. So I'm going to flip those around and then I'm going to adhere those with mono-tembo glue. And there you go. And then you just want to kind of slightly press it down with some parts that are not sticky of your hands. Because the mono-tumble glue, sometimes you get little white pieces sticking out, and you just lightly wipe it and then just give it a good press. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take my petite petals, and I'm going to use glue dots, and I'm going to randomly just circle them around my heart. I usually start on the side first, put them on the left and the right, and then work my way up and down so they're centered. And then last, I'm going to go ahead and add my sentiment with some Stampin' Dimensionals, and then I'm going to add some rhinestones on there as well. And there you go. Look how beautiful that turned out. You can use it for a Mother's Day card, any type of card you want. You could put birthday on here as well if you like. And for those of you that like the inside of your card, I took the very vanilla sheet of paper and I stamped a circular motion on the inside, and then I'm leaving it open for my sentiment. I'll probably use it for a Mother's Day card. Hopefully all my mothers aren't watching. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. Please feel free to stop by my blog at www.checkthisout.stampin.net for more great ideas and great customer specials. Happy stampin'!